Looking for Madden 22 Ultimate Team coins? AOEAH.com is the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 3% off your order. YouTube, what's up? It's Duke back here from Sportsgamerz.com, and we got a very special Madden 22 tip video for you guys today. I'm going to break down two dominant defenses that you guys can use to stop all the escape artist red route glitches that are going around the community right now. Now, if you're not aware of what these glitches are, I recently did a video a few days ago breaking down exactly what the red route primary glitch is. It takes advantage of escape artists. A lot of people are doing it, so I'd be sure to check out that video. I will briefly go over it in this video before I show the defenses that will allow you to stop this. So, with all that said, everybody always asks me what playbook I'm in. Well, defensively, I picked the Bucs playbook for the purposes of this video. But, you don't really need any specific playbook. Most playbooks will have, pretty much every playbook actually, will have something that you can utilize in the way that I'm going to show you. So, offensively, I just picked the Raiders. And what these glitches are, basically you'll see that in the offensive play art, you're looking at, you either see a red outline of the route or yellow. Now, most of the receivers are yellow. There's one per play that is red. And that's the primary receiver. And you're looking for plays where it's on the outside receiver. That's the primary because you can hot route a smoke screen. And like here, we picked the play dagger. And, if we just come out here, because we're going to move the ball back a little space, more space to work with. But because he's the outside receiver that is the primary, the red route, a lot of people refer to it as, you can put him on a smoke screen. And here we're just in a basic defense. We're just in cover 3. And what you'll notice is that when you roll out, basically the defenders are going to come after the quarterback on the scramble. Now, if you take a look at the replay, you'll notice that the deep zones did not. It was just basically the hook zones or the flat type zones. So, if you're enjoying my YouTube content, I highly recommend you check out Sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium Madden 22 content. I have eBooks, offensive and defensive schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault. This content is available for both current and next gen, so no matter what system you play on, we got you guys covered. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This gives you access to the entire site, every tip, every ebook, plus the meta reports for only $19.99. I'll post a link to it in the description and the comments. Make sure to check it out for the best tips and content available at the best price anywhere. So, what this should tell us right here is that if you have a deep zone, they will not come after the quarterback. Okay? Now, another thing you're going to want to see is how it reacts to different defenses. And before we get too much further in the video, I do want to remind you guys, I do free Madden 22 tip videos on a daily basis. So if you like my content, make sure you subscribe. I also do some gameplays and news. Turn your notifications on. And if you're really rocking me, smash that like button. It helps me out a lot as a content creator. Continue to do these videos for you guys. So I want to switch up to man coverage here. And you're going to notice that in man coverage, again, we're going to do the glitch. We put the outside receiver on a smoke screen. That man coverage defenders do not chase after the quarterback either. See, nobody in man coverage is going to leave their receiver. But the problem with that is that, obviously there's nobody to prevent the rollout, right? So at the end of the day, what we've learned here is underneath zones like hooks and flats, they will come in at the quarterback. However, deep zones and man coverage defenders, they will not. So, knowing this, the best type of defense to play against this, in my opinion, is actually match coverage. And what match coverage is either cover 4 quarters or cover 4 palms. And when you go into your coach adjustments, when you run match, you want to make sure you leave your zone drops on default. Because if you were to run match and say you put your flats or curl flats, or you had your zone drops on for your curl flats, it's going to cancel the match, which is kind of basically the whole purpose of the play. So that's why you want to leave it on default. Now, if you're in, depending upon what playbook you're in, obviously, but it's a little different. But here in 3-5 will, we have quarters, we have palms, and 3-5 wide, we have the cover 4 drop show, or the cover 4 show 2. And, basically these defenses, the reason why they work well, and I'm just going to pick the palms here, is because the deep zones, that they're not going to go after the quarterback. And also, even the underneath zones, they really won't either, because they are not just your average flat zone, right? They're matching. They have matching principles. So what I like to do is play match coverage and user the 3-rec. Now, I broke down actually very recently how match coverage works against a lot of different formations, especially trips. But what you could do is you could, depending upon your personnel, you could do contains, you could do a spy to help out versus the scramble. Now, if you guys see here, I'm just going to click off the 3-rec hook zone just so you guys can see how this would work. We're going to go ahead and just scramble, and we're going to see how this does. So as you guys can see here, none of the defenders are blitzing. Now, the problem with this defense is that because you're basically converting to man match, the safety here matches the crossing route. The crossing route will get open and will beat his defender. But the good thing about this, guys, as you guys can see, nobody's actually blitzing in at the quarterback, so the coverage is pretty sound for the most part. So if you guys could imagine here, this would be my user in a real game. If I simply just user the crossing route, nothing would really be open here, and we'd have good defense. Now, you do need to have a spy on the field, because or contains, but depending upon what they're doing, if they know how to glitch contains and all that sort of stuff, you might be better off with a spy. But the whole reason for that is if you do see them roll out, you can just send the spy at the quarterback and user guard the crossing route, and you should be okay. Now, of course, there's many different plays that people can use to take advantage of this glitch. I mean, it could be literally anything with the outside receiver as the primary route. I mean, here, a simple play is double slants. But again, you're going to notice that when you play this defense, that they're not going to be able to glitch your, zones, because this is technically man matching coverage. So, if we were to try to roll out and, basically take advantage of the glitch, again, nobody is blitzing, and actually the contain or the edge rusher Bowser did a very, very good job of not allowing us outside of the pocket. So I really do like match. Another defense you can play is man, because at the end of the day, man coverage is also not going to blitz in. Now, the thing with man coverage is, and let me find a play we could utilize this with. When you're running man coverage, again, certain routes are just going to get open. So what I like to do is I like to run a play like Mike Blitz 0, to where, I can basically have some contains to try to help out, maybe a spy. But at the end of the day, I'm going to user guard the crossing route. Whatever the route is that is getting open, I'm going to be able to user that so they can't throw it. So queen, that would be me, and I just help out on the crossing route. And once again, you guys could see that, we're not really able to just take advantage of the fact that we have all the zones blitzing at us, because, again, we don't actually have any of those zones on the field here. So basically, I played cover 0 with a spy. As you guys can see here, I spied the edge rusher on the right, because the thing you have to know about this glitch is that people are going to try to roll out away from the side that the smoke screen is on, and typically have a route attacking the sideline, maybe a crosser, corner, out, whatever. And then maybe a route over the middle, maybe just a simple curl, dig, something simple like that, right? And, they're going to basically make it a run-pass option, to where, okay, if your zones come in, I'm throwing it to the sideline. And if they don't, I might try to scramble or throw it over the middle of the field. But with this type of a defense here, we're not going to allow that, because we don't even have any zones like that. And we're going to be usering the route that comes open on the sideline ourselves. We have a spy, and this typically does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Now, it's not to say this cannot be beaten. Obviously, if someone was to just drop a man-beating play, this defense could be exploited. But as far as in terms of these glitches that people are using with the red routes and primary routes, and you can even do it with slip screens too, it does a very, very nice job. It's definitely something that, in my opinion, like I said in the last video, it needs to be patched. But at the same time, there are a few defenses out there that will at least allow your defenders not to get glitched and, blitz in at the scrambling quarterback. Now, I know you guys are probably saying, well, Duke, this is stupid. I shouldn't have to play these defenses to not have my defenders basically decide to blitz. And I understand that. I completely agree with that. I mean, there's all sorts of different plays where you can do this from. It is really stupid. I mean, we could do it from any play with the receiver on the outside on the primary route, because then we can just put them on a smoke screen. And like, yeah, you kind of can't play your standard cover 2, cover 3 anymore, because if you do, you're just basically going to have your defenders blitz. So, I mean, I completely understand, but at least at the same time, there is certain things you can do to slow it down so that they can't just do this to you all game long. So, I hope this helped you guys out a little bit, kind of get an understanding of what exactly this is and some things that you guys can do to counter it, or at least kind of neutralize it if somebody tries to do it to you. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.